We are back for another deep clean and declutter. I was definitely not finished in the previous video. I started looking around my home and realizing, oh my, there is a lot more that could definitely be done. Things are looking a little grotty. And so I decided to start with these curtains because I knew it was going to be like my all-day project. So I had to take them off the janky curtain rail system that we have in here and make sure that they got washed at the start of the day because we did not want to go to bed and not have any curtains for the next morning, especially since we are going into summer. Well, we're mid-spring going into summer, and so it is light by like 5 a.m. now. So definitely not the wake-up call that we need. I did have to take off all these little rings. They're like binder rings, and I just adapted them onto these curtains because they're blockout curtains that I got for like $20 from an op shop and was the best thing I've ever bought. But they need little hooks and I don't have that kind of system in here, so I just use the rings to make them rail friendly. But you do have to be very careful with complete blockout curtains because I did make the unfortunate mistake of leaving them stuck together while they were wet, and the blackout material has basically stuck to itself and dried. So one of them I do not quite have up just yet because I have to replace the backing, which is easy because you can buy it from Spotlight and just glue it on, which is what I'm going to do. It's janky, but who cares? I'm yet to do that because hi, have we met? I don't do anything for like 2 to 3 business weeks, not days. Just make sure that when you take them out of the washer, you hang them up straight away. But I know you're smarter than me, so you'll do that. Anyway, I then decided while I'm here, I might as well get a few other things that kind of annoy me, and that was these cushion covers. I haven't put them in the wash just because they're not that dirty, but also like there's a little bit of dirt that every time I see them I'm like, ugh, I should wash these. So today was the day. Everything that needed a good wash was getting that. I also moved on to my couch cushions, which need a really good deep clean. I have like a cushion protector and I have like a cushion cover, and then I have a sheet on the thing, which is insane. Like, why get a couch and then just cover the entire thing with covers? Mostly because of children and how grotty it gets. Like, I'm sure as soon as they're a bit older and more aware of, you know, dirty hands and white couch don't really mix, then I can forego that. Like, I totally don't mind washing this couch. It's so easy because it's literally just 2 big pieces and then the cushions, so I don't mind that. But right now it would be like every other day that this thing would need a wash, and I absolutely love this couch, so I want to protect it for as long as possible. And I usually just throw on some stain remover and make sure that they are all in the right way so that they can get the best clean possible, and just go to one of those local laundry mats and get it all washed at once, which is what I did for all of this stuff, so that it could just all be done as quickly as possible and I don't have to like do loads and then it's like 4 days later and I still have stuff not put back together, which is definitely something that I have done, well, pretty much every single time. Anyway, I am starting to get sick. I don't know why in October I'm getting sick, but here we are. Anyway, I would love to say that my dining table looks a whole lot better after this. It doesn't, it's worse. It's been some time and it is now the school holidays, and as you can suspect, my house looks worse than it does in this video. Currently the table has craft, it has Play-Doh, we still have this bee box, even though you see me get rid of it because I don't want it in my house. It was then brought back into my house. But an exciting thing is it is officially bee season. Spring has sprung, and so the bees are in action, and we're very excited because I'm down to like 1.5 jars of honey. We've gone through a lot. I've given a lot away. Oh my gosh, I gave a lot away over the winter period, and everyone is asking for some more honey. And so we are just waiting for these bees. As soon as they are ready, we're going to be snatching that honey like Pooh Bear. Side note, this little silicone mat is like a paint mat, and it has been amazing. It has absolutely saved my surfaces. My daughter loves to paint. She is obsessed with it. And so I just put this down, and I think it was like $5, maybe $6 from Kmart. Best thing I've ever bought. Sometimes I think I'm wasting my money when I buy things like that, like it feels just like a gimmick or something I won't use. That I can say I have used a lot, as you can see. But take the steering wheel, honey. We are swerving back to the bees and back to the whole spring thing. I'm loving it. Honestly, I have got my garden set up finally. It's taken us weeks. We told ourselves the first week of September we would get the entire thing done. We were very wrong, okay, very, very wrong. But it is now first week of October and I have gotten the seedlings in. Hopefully everything sticks and is like happy, because Mama's a bit done with the garden. I still have a few little things, but not going to take me anywhere near as long to manage. It's really just 2 great plants that I have to set up a little system for them to grow on, and then that's about it. It should not take me the whole of this month, but it probably will. On the theme of things that have taken me a while to get around to, I was ecstatic that we finally got those curtains up. As you can see, I took a little video. I'm like, I finally have my curtains back. It had been weeks and I just needed my privacy again. But we have moved on to the declutter, and I really should have added this when I was doing the series, because as soon as I had finished it, I was like, why did I not like clean out my shoe basket? It's overflowing, and I'll tell you how many pairs we all wear from there. 1, maybe 2. 2 if we're absolutely lucky. Usually just like a pair of winter and a pair of summer, and we live in slides and thongs and all of that, so we don't wear enclosed shoes all that often. And this basket had no reason to be overflowing this much for that amount of shoes. So I knew that the declutter had to happen. This definitely is not the end setup that I would like. I think I want to get some smaller baskets for in here, maybe something with a lid, just because I don't love that my like shoes are hanging around there. I do think I need to put some like little scent things in there, you know, those little IKEA ones, they're in like the candle section, and I always think, oh, I should get that to add it, because I don't notice an odor, but doesn't mean someone else doesn't notice an odor when they come in, okay? But I just actually looked at the website and I cannot find them anywhere, so I don't know if they still sell them, which is a little bit devastating, but it's okay because we got rid of a lot of shoes, so hopefully if there was any odor, it's gone. But as you can see, a lot of that got donated and a lot of it got put into the right places and not just back into that basket. I also threw out a few shoes that only had one, either the left or the right, and I know I haven't seen the match for a while. So anyway, feeling good about that. And then I just went in and vacuumed it because there was so much dirt down the bottom, like heaps, and it was just like full of fur and sand. And so I just felt a bit better about myself doing that, because I was like, oh, if I'm going to go to this effort, I might as well just clean the thing while I'm here.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know. House brings out the wildness. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo. House brings out the wildness. I got a little crush on you. You say that I'm crazy. It's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you.
I have been putting off this little space for some time, and I knew that I had to get it done. It wasn't a part of my kitchen declutter, just because that video was already like half an hour long, and I knew that this spot in particular was going to take me forever to do, basically, because it was just so monotonous. Like, it's tedious work. Every little thing had to go basically into a separate home, and I was already overwhelmed, as you could see right at the start. I was like, I don't even know what to do. Like, everything's got to go everywhere. So what I did was I just took little bit by little bit and sort of made little piles around. So this was my like first aid pile, and all the stuff that I found there, I put that together and then I put it away, rather than continuously like walking to the different spaces to put stuff away, because I would have been doing that for ever, like for so long, going back and forth, and I just was not in the mood to do that. I wasn't even in the mood to do this really, but I knew it had to get done because as you can see, it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, like when there's something gonna fall off. Anyway, I did feel good about getting rid of all of it because I have this entire space cleared out now, and it is in my kitchen, so it is unsightly, and I look at it every time I'm prepping something and I keep thinking I should get it done, but we have finally got it done. I've removed those wicker baskets from the fridge. I used to store my fruit and vegetables in them, and I really enjoyed that. But when I removed them, I left them on my bench. And of course, what do you do when something like that is left on your bench? It collects clutter. So bad. Like both baskets got filled up with junk. And then of course I had this grey basket, tub, whatever you want to call it, sitting on my bench as a catch-all, which I think is the biggest mistake because it goes in there and then I forget about the stuff that's in there, and it's usually stuff that I'm like looking for in a year or so, and I'm like, where is that thing? Anyway, it goes into the abyss when it goes into that basket. I've decided that I will not put it back on my bench just because I feel like this is going to be the same thing over and over again. I just feel like it's going to be the same situation because I am too lazy to ever empty the basket until it's overflowing, and then I'm going to go round and round in circles. So I think I will just take the 2 extra steps and put the things away where they actually belong the first time around. Who would have thought? Honestly, I wonder why it takes me so long to think of these things. Anyway, so not really related to this portion of the video, but in the previous video I posted photos on the video about the style of home that I like, and I'm reflecting on it now, and I think I love the homestead style. The ones that I put on the video were like top tier, okay, like we're talking multi-million-dollar homes here, but they're gorgeous, I mean stunning, and a lot of time and a lot of effort have gone into those homes, so I know they're not like, I guess, reflective of the average person, but I would love something like that. Just, they are beautiful. And you probably can already guess that I absolutely love the real estate app. I use that thing all the time. If I'm in an area and I like the houses, I'm like, let me just have a little squiz. Let me look around this suburb, see what I want. Not that I'll ever make a purchase, probably, because the starting price around here is literally $10 million. So, I mean, not literally, obviously, but yeah, it's expensive in Sydney, so... you know, the 10 million's probably off the table for some time. But I do get a lot of joy out of just like looking at homes on the app, honestly. That makes me happy. I don't know if you've ever seen those TikToks where it's like a photo. The first photo is a couple and she's written, I don't know if he's marrying me for my money. And then you swipe to the next picture and it's like a photo of her bank account and it's $200. And then all the comments are like, watch out girl, he's using you, or get that prenup real quick. Anyway, I thought it was hilarious because we're all in the same boat right now where everything's just so expensive. But anyway, we're trying to escape from that here on these videos. We're trying to have a little outlet for ourselves. So anyway, I then decided to hang these back up. As you can see, I'm not joking, the curtain rail system here is janky. I need to get like a double curtain holder thing. They're like $5. I don't know why I'm like dragging my feet on it. Anyway, so yeah, as you saw, only one went up for reasons that I don't want to bring up again. Then I just put on all the covers back on the pillows, and I'm really happy that I did that because I was like, oh, actually can see a difference. And I do like to make my bed. How often do I do it? Not very often, let's be real, but it is nice for when I want to like zhuzh it up a little bit. And as you can see, we do have artwork hanging on the bed. We're a little bit like free-spirited around here when it comes to stuff like that. If you want to stick them on my bed head, I don't really mind at all. They're still up here. I do need to take them down at some point. Some people put kids' artworks on the fridge. I apparently put it on my bed head. I got these beautiful cushions from Kmart. I think they were like $10 a piece, maybe 15. Kmart switches out their stuff all the time, and I got these over a year ago now, so they're probably not even there anymore, which is a shame. But I actually just remember that I thrifted 2 of them from Vinnie's randomly. and I was like, oh, they're quite cute. And I think they were $5 a piece there. And I was like, oh, I'll just go get a third one. Because we have a king size bed, it looks weird with just two. I do quite like the three. And then I usually just layer some pillows either behind it or in front of it. I'm not very good at bed styling, so it's always a bit of a higgledy-piggledy situation when I do it. But someone said on, maybe it was Facebook or an Instagram video, that the karate chop is out for pillows. That is devastating news, okay? I will use the karate chop until the day I die. I feel like it just looks a little more polished than just the straight up cushion, but that's my personal opinion. Let me know what you think, because I feel like you can still get away with it. Anyway, while we're on the subject of cushions, I store all mine in this basket that I picked up probably from Vinnie's or Salvo's or something like that. And I would keep them in here because we used to have a dog, and bless his heart, even though he had his own bed or his own blankets or whatever he was using at the time, nothing is nicer than my pillows. And so they would constantly get dog slobber and dog dirt. And if you know anything about that, for some reason, any of their dirt is harder to clean than normal dirt. So I needed something that was structurally sound so he couldn't like knock it down and get all the cushions off. And I did video this when I redid this little corner some time ago. I don't know what the video would be called, but it was well worth it because it was quite disgusting in there. And I feel like I have gotten myself fairly organized in that department, and I'm actually pretty proud of it. So I knew I also had to declutter some stuff in my daughter's and my son's room, mainly bedding, because it seems like I have lots and lots and lots of bedding for both of them, yet I use none of them because it never seems to work out for me. Like it's not the right things or it doesn't fit, something like that. So I probably should have done this throughout the decluttering series, but you know what, a lot of things got skipped over. And my daughter's room I did actually film at some point. I don't know where the footage is gone, so if you ever randomly see that video, then I found the footage, which is kind of sad that I missed out completely on posting that because that was a whole day's effort. Back to this sheet declutter. I have since worked out that I definitely do not have enough fitted sheets. It seems to be a problem always, especially since my daughter is in a big bed now. So I need double the sheets, and I have to get on the hunt of buying them. Sticker shock every time I go to buy a sheet. What do you mean it's $30 for one fitted sheet? So anyway, I managed to get rid of a couple of pillowcases as well because I realized I don't need like 10. Why do I have so many pillowcases but no fitted sheets? Anyway.
Unsaid, and you cannot forget how my mistakes haunt us, but do they really daunt us? Your tongue can be sharp, cut me close to the heart, but we can master the art. And the thing is that these scars are scary, but they are just some old scars. We should never be afraid of them. You and I know when we are too far apart, everything just falls apart. So I just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free. I'll keep my head high while we're crossing the land. With all the minds we laid down, it's gonna take us some time, but I won't give up, though I know it's tough. We need to break our patterns. It's better now than after we have drifted off too far. Let's tear down these walls our destiny has called. We're walking down a path, and the wind will change at last, like a song about our past. So I'll just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free.
I had been putting away some clothing when I looked down and saw how bad the tracks were, and they are pretty much full of dog fur that gets trapped in there. So whoever decides to renovate this house in the future is going to have fun finding some leftover fur from my dog. As you can see, I used some scissors to try and like scrape out as much as I could from underneath, and then I just used the scrubber to get the actual track clean. But from the decluttered bedding, I just used that to dry everything down, so I could just throw the sheet out rather than having to, you know, wash a whole towel or whatever I decided to clean the mess up with. And then I had the idea to finally use my IKEA storage that I found on the side of the road. This is probably one of the best finds I've ever had. They were in such good condition. I think literally one of them had a tablecloth in it, and that was it. And it was going to break my heart that it was just going to go on a truck and go to landfill. So don't ever feel like weird or grossed out getting stuff from the side of the road. You're saving the planet, saving things from going to absolute waste, and so get yourself a little goodie or two. I did have to psych myself up multiple times. Like, I drove past them, I think maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, because I had to go to the shops near there, and I was like, okay, if they're still there, I'll get them this time. And then I wouldn't. Like, I talked myself out of it. And then the next day, like, I played this game for a few days and I was like, nah, we're doing it today. And actually my husband was in the car and I was like, okay, pull over for a second. And he's like, why? Like, what are you doing? And so I ran out and got the things. And he's like, he gets a little bit embarrassed by me doing that. But I was like, if he's there, then I've got like a little more motivation, a little more like confidence to go and do it. So it worked out well for me, because after I like cleared out this little space, as you saw before, I just had that giant bag that like consumed the entire shelf space and left me with no space to put anything else. I was able to stack these in here and I was so happy that it looked just so much neater. As you can see, I'm like glad that I went and got it, because it makes the biggest difference having the right sized storage for the space, because I had heaps and I was like, oh, maybe I can put something else on top and like fit 2 of them. And I still have 1 more available, so I need to see if they go vertical. Oh my god, been out of school too long. Vertical. And then I could put the 3 side by side, because I'd love to have it out of my closet. And the storage gods must have been smiling down on me, because it was a perfect fit. And as you can see, I was blown away by it. I was like, could not be any better than that. Anyway, I hope you guys got something done, and I will see you in the next video.